Hi, my lovelies. Life with Rose Hope once again. Welcome to our family. For the new members and of course our recurring family members, you always welcome here. It is very, like it's been the Mother's Day month, and I thought it's very important to talk about this topic. Can we normalize the fact that not every woman wants to become a mom? Not every woman was created to become a mom. And can we also normalize the fact that there are some women who are child-free by choice, and it is okay to be child-free if you decide, I don't want to have kids, And why am I talking about this? There are many people in our generation who feel like, I really don't want to have kids. Most of the people in the past, especially if you go like to our African setting or Uganda or Rwanda, those are my countries in particular, most people have had kids without even thinking about it, without having a plan. We have people having 40 kids, 50 kids, without even thinking of how am I going to feed these kids, how am I going to take them through school, what kind of life am I going to offer them. And then for the women in the past, or most of the times, it's always been you become of age, you become 18, get married, and definitely automatically you must have kids. Was still not even family planning. The man just does his job, you sleep with each other and you'll have kids, like a rabbit without any plan. Sorry to use that word, but unfortunately, it's the fact. We have someone in Uganda with 44 kids, so you can understand me. But what I'm trying to say is we really have to stop this stigma, this traumatization. I've had people say, imagine such a beautiful woman and she doesn't have kids, or she has everything, but unfortunately she doesn't have kids. Why unfortunately? Did she tell you she wants to have kids? No. It's very, very normal for someone not to want to have kids, or not be really motherly like everyone expects it. We've had instances of when women divorce, it's automatically expected that the woman must keep the kids and the man goes on with his life. It is possible that I'm a mother, but I don't want the hassle of having the kids 100% of the time, So we really have to cut down the stereotypes, the stigmas, and understand that we're living in a generation where women are making conscious decisions, women are making conscious choices. I'll give examples of people that I talk to who are like, I really don't want to have kids, and the reasons they gave. Some of them are doing that because of the world we're living in right now. They're like, we're living in a crazy world. We're talking about the climate changes and the wars and the discrimination in the world. And then we talk about the political insurgencies and instability, particularly right now in African countries. On my country, Uganda, it's really terrible. And then everyone thinks twice, why should I have kids? And then there are women who say, I don't want to have kids if I can't provide for them. Or there are women who even say, I just don't have it in me. I don't feel it's a necessity. I love kids, I love my nieces, I love my nephews, but I don't have the desire to have my own kids. And that should be okay. That should be accepted. We have to cut women some slack. Not every woman is born with, a fire burning inside her saying, I want to be a mom. Well, speaking for myself, for example, I've always said, I've always wanted to be a mom from the time I was a little girl. Like when you're playing with your dolls and playing, like in the African culture, we always played mom and dad. I always knew I wanted to have kids. I have my childhood friend. We're not friends anymore, unfortunately, but like my closest childhood friend, one of them, we always to fantasize like, what our family would be like and the number of kids I want to have and what kind of mom I would be. So for me, it was always a definite, I knew I wanted to be a mom. But I also respect the women who say, I don't want to have kids. That's not for me. And it doesn't mean that this person is not womanly enough or they're not feminine enough, because they don't want to have kids. Just like some men don't want to have kids, and it's fine. It should also be for women. And besides that, it's our bodies. We decide, motherhood or pregnancy until to motherhood is a life and death situation. I have 2 kids myself. I'll talk about that at the end as a special message for my babies for Mother's Day. But it is a tough journey. Everyone romanticizes motherhood and pregnancy and, oh, my belly bump and, oh, I'm gonna be a mom. It's not that romantic like everyone puts it. I remember with my 2 pregnancies, I was throwing up more than 6 times a day. I think even 6 times, I'm really not saying the right thing. Like I was throwing up constantly. I remember with the firstborn, the only thing that I could keep down was pineapples. And I remember people were like in African culture, they used to have their beliefs and all that. People were like, he's going to be born with a very bad skin because of the acid in the pineapples. And I was like, I don't care if he comes out looking like a frog. I just want to survive this pregnancy. You understand? And it was the case for all my pregnancies. I'm not going to sit here and romanticize it and say, oh my God, of course I love my pregnancies. I love the fact, for me, the good thing about it was I was happy about the result. Like, I'm going to have a baby. But the pregnancy wasn't nothing romantic, as you put it. And then having kids is a full-time job. You know, in my situation now as a single working mom, it's a full-time job. Even when I have off work, like when I have leave and holiday, it's never completely holiday, because as a mom, you don't have off sick, you don't have holiday. You have to take care of your kids 24/7. And people say when they get older, it becomes easier. Yes, to some extent, like I have very, very independent kids, but that I've done it myself to make my life easier. You know, like I've brought up them in a way that they can be able to fend for themselves, not just for me, but even in the future. But still, I'm a mom 24/7. I have to drive them to the hobbies. I have to buy them stuff. I have to cook for them. I have to make sure they're healthy. I have to make sure, you know, like your whole life, once you become a mom, it is forever. Even when they're adult human beings, it is forever. How many times do I need my mom? Like, I'm someone who needs my mom all that time, you know? And I'm an adult, so my mom is gonna be a mom till the day she breathes her last. I think even when she goes to the next life, I'll still need her. You know, I'll still send my messages and tell her, mommy, come and watch over me, come and take care of me, you know? So you have to let people make the choice if they really want to be moms or not, you know? Respect that. And then not forgetting, cut the stigma. Stop it. Just stop it. You know, I've seen it on social media, like people even saying, oh, I think she's already in her 30s and she don't have kids, or she's already in her 40s and she doesn't have kids, no man wants to have a kid with her, or she's getting too old. Like, the hell, that is a very, very personal decision, and it has nothing to do with you, and it's none of your business whatsoever. And you even don't know, maybe someone just can't have kids, you know. But I've seen this shaming on social media a lot, and I'm like, what kind of world are we living in? What kind of entitlement do we have as human beings to imagine that we can decide for a human being to make such a big decision, you know? Parenthood, motherhood should be a personal choice and a personal decision. Going back to me, do I have an understanding for someone who decides I don't want to have kids? 100%. 100%. Like I said, it is a full-time, lifelong commitment till eternity, you know? So it's something you really have to think hard about. Much as I'm a mom and I love being my mom, I respect the fact that someone else out there doesn't have this in them, and it's complete bollocks to imagine that every woman has this, like I said, this flame that is blazing and burning and waiting for them to become a mom. No, darling, it's not like that. I would really love to know your comments. If you're someone out there that says, I don't want to be a mom, please connect with me. Let's chat. Let's create this awareness, because there are very, very many women suffering out there. And we have to understand that not being a mom doesn't make you less of a person. And like I said, we live in a community where we have nephews, nieces, cousins, extended family, especially in the African culture. Oh my goodness. In the African culture, sometimes I'm like, maybe it would help if some people wouldn't get kids, you know. People are getting sharing kids left, right, center. They don't have the resources whatsoever to take care of these kids. They don't even have the time or the emotional stability, intelligence to take care of them. Someone gets 20 children, they don't go to school, they don't have what to wear, they don't have food, they are neglected, they are mistreated, they are abused. You know, why in the world must you have kids? You know, if you can't really provide the bare minimum, and that is being there for your kids, offering them love. So really, we really have to respect that and understand that it's okay not to have kids. The world already has, I think roughly at the moment, we're 8 billion people. That's okay. If you don't have kids, the population is not going to, you know, the world is not going to get wiped out. And if someone decides they don't want to have kids, back off, respect them, okay? So, let me get my temperatures down, but that's a topic that I'm very passionate about, because I know we're living in a society that is very entitled, in a society that is very judgmental, in a society that believes they have a right to decide and talk about anything and everything that is none of their business, okay? So For all the mothers, we respect you, we're happy for you, and we hope you're good mothers, not just mothers. You know, there's a difference between being a mother and a mom. So we hope you're good mothers, you're loving your kids, you're taking good care of them. As I finish, I want to leave a message for my lovely boys. As I said, I always wanted to be a mom. For me, I'm very, very thankful that God made it possible, because we also have to keep in mind that people that just can't have kids much as they want to. So for me, that's something I don't take for granted. I'm very, very thankful for that. I'm very appreciative, and I'm very happy that I got my kids at a very, very young age. So my kids and I have a very, very close and very, very special relationship, which I'm very thankful for. So my lovely boys, I'm a boy mom. On this Mother's Day, I really want to let you know that I'm glad God gave you me. I'm glad to be your mom. I'm proud to be your mom. I'm so thankful to have you as my forever after. Thank you for being lovely boys. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being the best thing that ever happened to me, but also the best thing, the best gift that I ever got in life and I could ever ask for. Whatever life brings your way, I'll always be there. I'll always be there, and I will love you till eternity. I'll never stop being your mom, and I'm glad that we can talk to each other about everything and anything, and that also, to some extent, I'm also your friend. I'm really, really so thankful, and thank you for making me a mom. My lovelies, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to join our video, our family, and of course to join the conversation. Until next time, love you.